What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So apparently, I think this happened a little while back, but it's just now coming to light. Brooklyn Nightclub got shot up a while back and stuff like that. And apparently, of course, they caught the suspect and things like that. And he's crying in court to go home to his mama.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Oh, so sad. It's just so sad out here. Jesus. Oh my goodness. These young men are not built to be men and hold up for the crimes that they commit. This is crazy out here. But we're going to do a little recap and then we're going to move forward and see what's actually going on here. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Well, John, I did speak with one 27-year-old victim. She is still in the hospital tonight after she was shot in the head, in the arm. Remarkably, she says she's doing okay, escaping with her life, but just barely.
I came outside and saw the intensity of the running. I was like, nah, something else is going on. Let me go check to see if my boy okay.
Scores of people spilling out of the Crown Heights hookah lounge early Sunday morning as officers and ambulance were racing toward the barrage of bullets.
7-1 has an unconfirmed person shot at 903 Franklin Avenue.
Some of the victims making it out alive were seen walking and wounded. Dramatic surveillance video also showing another man falling to the sidewalk on Franklin Avenue before someone helps.
This is wild out here. Man, this straight cowboy stuff that's going on in New Age, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This hadn't been that long ago. This is like, what, 2 months ago, something like this? This shit went down?
Him up and waits for help.
Man, I just saw sparks. When I looked in the direction I thought the gunfire was coming from, I just saw sparks, and I just went to get down under a table if I could and sneak my way out.
One eyewitness who wanted to remain anonymous saying he became separated from his girlfriend and the group he was with while racing to escape the carnage. Inside, 12 people were shot, 3 fatally.
I just ran for the door. I tried to make my way to the door and try to live to see another day, basically.
But Rajon Phillips,
damn, dude, you left your girlfriend? I know I'm stupid. Hey, it is what it is, man. Bullets is flying. Bullets have no name. It's crazy out here. And then there's no telling where everybody was actually at. He may have been picking up drinks from the bar or something like that to bring them back to the table where they were sitting at, and shit popped off. I'm not trying to just clown the dude or whatever, things like that. It is what it is. Like I said, he may have been at the bar picking up drinks or something, and shit popped off, and he already away from the table. So, it just is what it is, though.
35-year-old friend was one of the men who did not.
He's coming to the party to chill with the ladies, smile, dance, have a good time. He's not coming to the party to die.
Investigators trying to determine how many of the people shot may have been among the 4 shooters. The location, called Taste of the City, is a known problem hotspot and scene of at least one recent shooting last November, according to police.
Knucklehead moment. You mix liquor, ego, immature mindsets, disaster.
Something City Council member Crystal Hudson will be digging deeper into.
We need to make sure that we're doing everything we can and throwing every resource possible into eradicating gun and gang violence.
And we did see some of those anti-violence teams around the neighborhood here all day and into the night, working to try and stop any retaliatory shootings. At this point, a motive.
Okay, so that's the recap on what happened. The first report. So we're gonna go to the update of the situation and check this out, see how it's going down. Because it's wild out here, people. It's wild out here.
Tonight, we are getting our first look at the terrifying moments a mass shooting unfolded inside a lounge in Crown Heights. The video released by the court shows the chaos as shots were fired. Elijah Roy was scheduled to be arraigned today, charged with assault in aid of racketeering and being a felon in possession of ammunition. Federal investigators say Roy was involved in the gang-related shooting on August 17th at the Taste of the City lounge. 3 people were killed and 10 others injured. Investigators say Roy is an associate of the 5'9 Brims, a subset of the Bloods street gang.
Wow. So of course, you know what I'm saying, gangs are involved. It is what it is at this point. They clearly said that they have, you know, obviously they have information that this young man was involved in gang activity and things like that. And you know, he's obviously well known to do so. So we're gonna keep going. Here we go.
Stunning new video of a gang-fueled massacre in real time. 40 rounds fired in 6 seconds as innocent people scurry to safety. A killing field, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, which released the footage from troubled hangout known as Taste of the City. The firefight leaving 3 dead and 10 wounded in August. This evidence released Wednesday after the FBI arrested the first of 3 alleged shooters. Prosecutors say Elijah Roy, seen highlighted in yellow, was one of 5 people to open fire. 2 of
5 people to open fire in that little tiny ass bar. 5 people open fire in that little tiny ass. Look at how small this is. Look at this. Jesus, bro. I mean, how stupid do you have to be? Well, obviously you're completely stupid. And what we heard also too, there had to been some type of gang activity going on. So when these people met up in the bar here, obviously, or maybe rival gangs or something like that, and you know, these idiots just decide to open fire in the middle of this tiny ass bar and just, you know, delete all these innocent people and stuff like that, because bullets have no names on them, people. This is ridiculous here. Man, you got to be kidding me, bro. I hope they fry his ass and they find the other 4 that's responsible for this tragedy, because this makes no sense here. And be honest with you, I hope they start, well, obviously these are grown people, these are not kids, so you know what I'm saying, they can't apply the law to lock parents up if their children do anything in this case. But I mean, Jesus Christ, man, it's got to be a new day out here.
the gunmen were killed.
Was he at the club that day?
The 25-year-old suspect's mother and sister leaving the courthouse after Roy's arraignment without comment. However, the alleged gang member cried as he was led to jail and told his family, "I want to go home."
He's a 25-year-old young man who's in federal custody, just got transported from 20-hour lockdown in North Carolina. Of course he's scared.
The feds say they found the ex-con hiding out in North Carolina, alleging 2 Brooklyn rival gangs chose to settle a score, putting countless lives in the crosshairs. Out of the 10
Did y'all just see? Hold on. Right there. You got these 2 idiots running out with the guns in their hands. It's on camera here, live. This is wild. This is wild. And this idiot right here, hold on. This idiot right here in court crying for his mama.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Mama, I don't know, mama. Jesus Christ. This is fucking sickening, bro. Sickening.
Go home.
He's a 25-year-old young man who's in federal custody, just got transported from 20-hour lockdown in North Carolina. Of course he's scared.
The feds say they found the ex-con hiding out in North Carolina, alleging 2 Brooklyn rival gangs chose to settle a score, putting countless lives in the crosshairs. Out of the 10 shooting survivors, at least 2 have filed lawsuits against the Taste of the City Lounge for not providing adequate security that night, they say, which has left them with lasting physical and emotional scars. One of them, Amadou Ba, is represented by attorney Nick Romcheritar.
When he entered the lounge, no one searched him. They waved him through.
Saying the 25-year-old is now unable to work his construction job after being shot in the ankle.
I also find it egregious that, you know what I'm saying, people can't go out without these, you know, egregious gang members and stuff like that also being out armed with weapons and stuff like that. And at the same time, though, too, listen, look, people, you know, I know the situation's probably going to be brought up about, you know, gun laws and gun control. It is what it is on the books. You know, the good people need to have their guns as well. And the thing of this is what people keep stressing to everybody when they want to bring up these gun laws and stuff like that. You talking about getting away from the criminals. Nah, you know what I'm saying? When let's say you take guns away from people, period. The criminals are not going to stop carrying firearms or any type of weapons. That's the reason why we call them criminals.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
They don't care about the law. They're not going to stop carrying firearms, any type of weapons or anything like that. If you make a government law saying that nobody can have any weapons at all, they're not going to stop. But you're gonna hinder, and you're gonna put the people that are actually law-abiding citizens that carry their firearms and treat their weapons with respect. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put them at a disadvantage. And I guarantee you, you know what I'm saying, this is what's going on here. But yeah, if the situation is that dangerous, at the nightclub, they should have had proper security there. To what I'm saying, I guarantee you they charging $80 for a fucking drink at that damn bar. They could afford security. They could afford fucking security. This is crazy.
Because of that, he suffers from PTSD. He's scared to go into just a normal establishment.
As to who shot whom, Roy's attorney says it's unclear.
I can't make heads or tails of what is or isn't in his hand on the video. What I saw was my client leaving a establishment and falling down.
Whether he left with a smoking gun will be for a jury to decide.
So this is where we at here. And you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, people. The sad part about this is that, that situation is crazy. It's also sad that when you go to clubs and bars, stuff like that, that you have to have an overwhelming amount of security in these places and stuff, but this is the day and time that we live in. It's unsafe to even go out and have a decent drink with your friends and stuff, because ain't no telling, what may pop off from some idiots with, gang ties or whatever going on, with some street crap and stuff, but it's just unnecessary. And at the same time, though, too, the dude, he's sitting around crying for his mama in court, stuff like that, after he'd opened fire on a bunch of people. Man, listen, look, man, he need to go ahead on, give up the ghost. You know what I'm saying? All this no snitching shit. All them cats need to go to jail, lock all their ass up. It is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.